welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, and I'm here with your readings for October the 28th through November the 3rd. Now, if you are here for the first time, welcome. I'm so happy that you found my channel, and I do hope that you will come back. And if you are returning, guys, you're my heart. Thank you. I really appreciate your support and your love. I really do. Now, these readings are for the collective. They're for your sun, moon, and rising, but they're for the collective. So just take what resonates and just drop the rest. I really appreciate all the new subscribers. Thank you, guys. And all the likes and the shares and the comments. It was amazing. Thank you. I really love interacting with you. Now, these reading... Oh, so listen, they're for the collective. If you would like a personal reading, and that's what I live to give, personal readings. I really love that. Click on this link here, and that will take you to my website. You can see all the kind of different readings I offer. And what else? I have a Facebook group too. And the Facebook group is a private group. You can just request to enter to become a part of it. And I post different things up there. And every 2 weeks I do a live feed just in that group. And so whoever shows up for the live feed, we look at, their horoscope, and we see how I do it to correlate with the new moon and the full moon, whatever's happening at the time, right? So I just did one last night for the new moon in Scorpio. That was Friday night. I'm recording this on Saturday, so Sunday is the new moon. So I do that every 2 weeks, and I also answer questions with the tarot. So it's fun. We have a good time in there. People are posting positive stuff. It's really nice. So the link to that will be below. If another way to support this channel, guys, and I would really appreciate that, is through Patreon. You can click on this link. Check out my Patreon page. You can support me for as little as $1 a month, which is, I can really do a lot with that, and it'll support my creative content. There's so much more I want to do. Anyway, if you can't, that's fine. Don't worry. Like, share, comment. It's all good. So anyway, what else? These readings come in 3 sections. The intro, then there's the astrology report, and then there is the tarot card reading section. So there are skip times to all 3 in the show more section below. So if you're looking from a phone, it's a little down arrow, click on that, and you can see all the links to the other videos will be in there too. So you can skip on to, your sun, moon, and rising. So without further ado, let's go to the tarot. Sorry, not the tarot. Listen, Mercury's about to go retrograde, so communication gets messed up. That's me. I'm going to apologize in advance for any mistakes I make. So, let's go to the astrology report, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology report section of your reading. And we have a couple of aspects that are happening on Monday and Wednesday, but I'm not going to go over them because I went over them last week when I was talking about the new moon in Scorpio. So on Thursday, the 31st, wait for it, Mercury stations retrograde. At 11:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Time, actually, because we're still in daylight time. It's the summer. And that is until November the 20th when it stations direct. So listen, everyone knows about Mercury retrograde because it happens so frequently. Mercury moved into Scorpio on October the 3rd, and because of this retrograde, it will stay in Scorpio for over 2 months, roughly 2 months and a week. So it stations direct on December the 9th. So when it moves into Sagittarius. Now, think about Scorpio for a moment, right? Scorpio is deep and intense. Scorpio wants authenticity, loyalty, the truth. They are the detectives of the zodiac. They research and they dig deep to get to the root and the truth, because knowledge, right? Because knowledge gives one power. Knowledge is power, and so that's what they're searching for. Now, however, they are not so open about themselves. In fact, they're quite secretive. It takes a long time to get to know a Scorpio. So now think about Mercury, right? So Mercury is the planet of thought, process, intellect, and communication. It also kind of rules over electronics, mechanics, and short distance travel. It has been traveling. Mercury has been traveling with Venus now for a couple of months. And they've been traveling kind of neck and neck. You know, one goes first and the other one. They've been taking over, but they've been basically together since the beginning of September, I think. Now, as Mercury travels next, Venus is the planet of beauty, relationship, art, finance. So thoughts and aspirations were concentrated in those areas, with an exploration on how to control those aspects in your life, right? So, as I said before, Mercury rules electronics and mechanics and short distance travel. So when Mercury goes retrograde, things can go awry. You know, electronics can break down. You may find that you get a flat tire, something, your engine light goes on. I mean, for me, I can't even tell you, we've been in the shadow, by the way, of Mercury retrograde for about 9 or 10 days. So that means that has been in effect, right, for this long. And I have so many things I've got this kind of restaurant cappuccino machine that just went. It just went. I've had it years and years and years. And trying to get that, it weighs a ton. Trying to get that to a repair shop, forget it. Anyway, I was thinking about doing it myself, and then I rethought. But things like that go wrong. Your computer can go awry. Wi-Fi can go in and out. I may have problems uploading my videos. And also there are delays getting, like, in public transportation. So just look, give yourself extra time to get to work or to appointments, because just allow for that, margin of error that happens with Mercury retrograde. And it's better to be careful, right, than to be stressed and late. So expect delays, right? And then we also, during this time, we tend to miss the details. We kind of see the bigger picture, and we don't, we have a blind spot for details. So people say, or astrologers say, don't sign any contracts during this time, right? Well, look, this happens so often. So you can sign contracts, but you have to really search it mindfully and get several people to check off on it too. So it's like double and triple checking everything that you do, because we do have the tendency to miss things. So it's really important to do that. Now, Mercury also rules communication. So can be a lot of miscommunication. We can take things the wrong way, or we can hear something that wasn't said, but you said that. No, I didn't. Right. So, and also we can, things like when I'm speaking on these videos, I can say something I mean something else, but I've said something totally different. So that can happen. And also be careful, because this happened to me a few times. Make sure that you are sending the text to the right person, or the email. Double check the recipient of your emails and your texts. It's very important, because a lot of mistakes happen during this time. So, look, Mercury in retrograde gives us an opportunity to go over things, to, re-look at things, to purge, to release, to perhaps do some preparation work for something that we want to launch when Mercury goes direct. So it really is a good time to kind of do all the back end work, right? So this gives us an opportunity. It kind of slows us down and allows us to do that. So now on November the 1st, the very next day, Friday, November the 1st at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time, Venus moves into Sagittarius. And this is where Venus and Mercury part ways. Venus goes back through Mercury goes back through Scorpio and Venus moves into Sagittarius. Now, when by the time Mercury goes direct and moves into Sagittarius on December 9th, Venus will be halfway through Capricorn, so it's way ahead. Now, as Venus moves into Sagittarius, she spreads her wings and flies. She's like, free at last, born free as the wind blows. I get a bit crazy, guys. I do. I sing every now and again. So she's not very comfortable in Scorpio, right? With all that intensity. But in Sagittarius, she roars. She falls in love with life. She's enthusiastic. She's agile. She's really happy. She wants to experience everything. And in relationship, she wants to share the wonders of the world with her partner. But don't get too intense with Venus in Sagittarius because she'll run away. She wants deep love with freedom. She wants the best of both worlds. If you meet someone under this aspect, you'll have a fantastic time, but you must resist the urge for possession or ownership, possessiveness, ownership or jealousy, because this will scare your lover away. Well, that's the astrological report. So let's go to your tarot reading, shall we? Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your reading for the tarot card section of your reading for October the 28th through November the 4th. And happy Halloween, by the way. I forgot to mention that in the intro. This is for Capricorn. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Capricorn for the week of the 28th of October through the November the 3rd? 3 cards for Capricorn, please. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's so much crossover, guys. Please check out your sun, moon, and rising. 2 more cards for Capricorn, please. 2 more cards for Capricorn. Isn't it funny? Oh, there we go. 2 cards. It's so funny how there's a card that each week there is it's different card each week, but each week there's a card that keeps coming up in most of the readings, right? And there is one, and you've got it. It's more than one, really, but it's so funny how that happens, that it's kind of a theme. Okay, these are clarifying cards for Capricorn. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Capricorn through these clarifying cards for October the 28th through November the 3rd? Please clarify. Oh, there it is. Please clarify. Oh, there it is. And please clarify. Oh, so interesting. Wow. Yes, definitely there's crossover. Check them out. Here are your cards, Capricorn. Okay, the first card out is the Ace of Cups. Then you have the Queen of Cups, clarifying it. Then you have the Shadow. Does it say the Shadow Side? It's called. It's really the Devil card. It's called the Shadow Side here. And clarified by the Empress. And then you have the King of Cups, clarified by the Six of Pentacles. Capricorn. Actually, that's your card. Represents Capricorn. Okay, so the Ace of Cups is like my cup floweth over. It's a gift. It's a gift of intuition. It's a gift of psychic abilities. It can be a new love interest. It can be, a dalliance. It can be a little romantic kind of. I have a feeling that perhaps it can be a new, exciting kind of connection that you have. Now you have the Queen of Cups clarifying it. So I feel that you probably have met someone. The Queen in this case, normally I would say, I don't normally have the court cards in a general reading represent someone, but I am getting that this is someone that you've met. Now it's non-gender specific, so this, if you prefer a man or a woman, it's your preference, it doesn't matter. So I feel that you've met someone that's very interesting, but someone who's very emotionally available and who is very kind and compassionate and helpful. So I feel that this person's really kind of a really helpful person. It's in some way you've got a lot in common. It's interesting because I just thought, I don't know why I thought of kind of a Cancer or water sign, right? So this could be, it could be a Cancer, it could be, excuse me, Scorpio, or it could be a Pisces. Excuse me, I'm sorry, it sounds worse than I feel, I have to tell you. So the next card up is the Shadow Side. And the Shadow Side is the Devil, which represents your sign, Capricorn. It's really about the materialism. It's about being a slave to materialism. It's almost like being afraid too, right? This is fear of the shadows. Look, we all have a shadow side, and let me just take a look at this because I haven't seen these cards in a while. I haven't used them for a while, so I want to really take a look at it. The Devil enslaves this couple. So listen, what I'm getting for this is that, in the traditional card, in the Rider-Waite, they are chained to the column where the Devil is overlooking them, and the Devil's in the background. He's controlling them with fear. So sometimes if you're in fear, you're feeding that. It's important for you to come out of fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of what's happening. Listen, how to do that is through creativity. This is about not putting so much emphasis on the material realm. Fear comes from worry and the unknown and uncertainty. And look, I always use that quote from, Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind. There's no point in worrying. There's no point in fretting or thinking about the worst case. It's a waste of energy, and it keeps you tied in darkness, right? You need to be out there and experiencing life. You can't do, look, worrying about bills doesn't get them paid, right? You can stop worrying and try to figure out how you can pay them. Then you're in the solution. You're not in fear, right? If you can't figure it out, then just let it go for now, because there's nothing you can do, right? So it's like, I always use that quote, Scarlett O'Hara, she goes, "I'll worry about that tomorrow." That's my bad American accent. I live by that, I tell you. But this, okay, so the materialism is coming into play. And so you have to kind of back out of that a bit. And these are creative. She's pregnant with creative ideas. She's, if you come out of the worry, you can get into the solution. And she will figure it out. She's very creative. As I said, she's pregnant with ideas. Things will come up. You will get out of this situation. But by worrying about it or by being in fear is not going to help you. She's ruled by Venus, right? You see the Venus sign right there? This is also telling you to get in touch with your divine feminine energy. We all have male and female energy, feminine and masculine energy. So this is really kind of aligning yourself with that female, divine feminine energy within. And the next card you have is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, right, is this, I feel that you're letting the emotions get the better of you at times here, Capricorn. And the King of Cups is this incredible leader. He's like the counselor, right? He listens to everyone. He's a deep well of emotion, but that's how he's represented, right, on this rock with all this water around him. He's kind of right on this hard rock because he believes that he must remain stoic in order to be a good leader. So he doesn't allow his emotions to come out. What I'm getting for this is that you need to kind of temper your emotions. You need to control them in a way that you don't allow them to get to this, like, fear and uncertainty and, being scared. You need to get out of that. And the way to get out of that is to be in service, Capricorn, because he's always in service to all his subjects. And clarifying it is the Six of Pentacles. This is the service card. This is about, being helpful to others, putting the higher good of others first. It's not completely altruistic, because when you're helping others, you're helping yourself. And you're taking yourself out of this horrible feeling of doom and gloom and no way out and slavery, being enslaved. Free yourself through altruism, through helping others, give back. It doesn't have to be money. It can be, doing a chore for someone or just listening to someone. Perhaps you need to be the counselor. Perhaps you need to offer your services as a counselor. Maybe you are a counselor. Maybe you need to focus on that more. Capricorn, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, social media. Comment. I always answer every comment. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.